And you all, most of you all know that. Most of you all call me CC2 Arms. The fact of the matter is, I don't give a fuck what any of you call me. I used to. You're probably looking at my screen and you're wondering why. I don't know. Maybe I was going to go through some of these instant messages. Maybe I was going to go through some of these fake Facebook profiles. Or then again, why bother, you know? You all think you've got things figured out, don't you? Yeah. Here's what I have figured out. This world needs people like me in it more than it needs people like some of you in it. And I need a way to prove that. Well, I could try to take all you out of it, but of course nobody's got the resources for any of that. And I'm frankly sick to fucking death of the bullshit, the lies, the opportunistic con people, the fake fucking stories that they all have, the fake fucking profiles they all use to promote their fake fucking stories. I'd rather be dead than in a world like this one. And that's just no way to live. Here you see me asking a girl who the last time she seen me, she threatened to call the cops on me for stealing a phone that she forgot in my garage. Here I am again, trying to do the right thing, trying to do something nice for somebody. The fact that I haven't even willing to make the effort is more than you all have done for me. And I don't have no more efforts to make. The simple truth is, I don't want to live with the knowledge that 99% of the people that I come in contact with every day are nothing but opportunistic, parasitic pieces of shit. I don't like knowing that not only do they not care, they're not going to care. You see, I'm going to put on this camera because I'm going to probably take my life on a live stream. And oh God, did I say that out loud? Oh, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. But I do want to put a camera on, that way you all can put a name with a face. Because it's probably going to be, could possibly be the last time you ever see me. At least it's going to be the last time that you're going to hear from me. Most of you anyway. Where's a fucking lighter when you need one? Let me guess. Been stolen, been moved, been rearranged. Let me take a display capture and remove that. Can you see me now, motherfuckers? What the fuck? What does a person do in a situation like this? I haven't fed my chickens in 2 days. I got sick of them being stolen, sick of them being manipulated, sick of them being fucked with, sick of my eggs being stolen. Frankly, I'm sick of hearing chickens all the time. We could ask my neighbor why that's such a problem for me. there's a lot of things I'm sick of. In times past, I would keep to myself. Hell, I don't really have any friends or family anyway, so keeping to myself was easy. But then, people who came under false pretenses decided to hack into my computer. There were a couple of times where I knew who some of them were, and I figured that rather than make any rash decisions, I would just, hang on for a minute. Well, that didn't serve any good purpose. It didn't get me anywhere. And I ain't really got no reason to be here anymore. Now, of the 17 times that I've had to change my Facebook profile this evening, I hope everyone knows that not one of those times were the result of me wanting to change it. Do I expect this person that has instant messaged me for a few times? Let me see. Michelle Jones is asking, do I got $100? I've got to pay her $100 to come, so I'll have somebody to talk to before I do some things that I really don't want to do. I got good friends though. Here's another one. Hey, are you okay? Now that was last night. No, 18 hours ago. No, whether I'm okay or not, obviously is of little to no concern to any of you. Here's another one. And I got history with this one. Let's see. One day ago. Hey, can you holler at me in the morning? I'm heading to bed. This is what I have for friends. So when I make the comment that I have little to no friends or family, I'm not making that comment because it sounds good. I'm not making that comment because I somehow don't know what a friend is. I'm making that comment because it's the truth. As is everything else that I've said for years and years and years. And I'm sick of talking. I'm sick of trying to make changes in a world that cares little for myself or the change I intend on making. I'm sick of living in a world where the only option that I have usually is to either suffer or hide and suffer. If I was to slit my wrist right now during the course of this live stream, how many of you would be there for me? My presumption is none. The same number that is here for me now, the same number that was here for me when I woke this day, the same that will be here tomorrow. I had a pistol one time and I wanted to prove a point to my mother, and I walked outside. I told her, I said, I'm over it. I'm gonna blow my fucking head off. I don't know what else to do. And I walked outside, I took that pistol, I aimed it up in the sky, and I fired one shot and sat back and I waited. And I looked at my watch and I waited. And how long do you think it was before she came out and checked on me? She went to bed 20 minutes later. When I finally went into the house later the next morning, she had left a note on the table with a list of things that she wanted me to get done that day. I would reckon that as long as I stay here, things are going to probably be just like that. I could handle knowing that I live in a world of shit. That's pretty much a given. You know, if you know that you live in a world of shit, you can do things to make yourself reclusive enough to where the shit doesn't bother you. But then you get into a situation where, like I'm in, where that doesn't work because the shit that is this world seeks you out. You could try to stay out of trouble, but what happens to staying out of trouble when the local so-called law enforcement place fake charges on you? How do you stay out of trouble then? What option do I have? If I try to leave, I mean, you know, I've got a myriad, a fucking outright plethora of persons, places, and things that watch and follow my every fucking move, so leaving's next to impossible without manipulation. So there goes leaving, so no escape via leaving. Let's look at the alternative. I stay, what? Wait on the next time when I'm going to have to buy one of you all's friendship, when I'm going to have to buy your time, when I'm going to have to buy the idea that any of you give a fuck, when in truth we know that you do not. Who would that serve? Because at the end of the day, none of you have ever cared any fucking way. Why would you, right? You don't even care about yourselves, let alone others. Oh, wow. Let's see, did it disappear? No. I'm just laughing at the way the electronics work when I leave their manipulations in place. It's funny. It's not really funny. I'm being a smart ass. I'm being sarcastic because I'm just done. I don't like knowing that whether I live or die only matters in the mind of myself. More importantly, I don't like knowing that whenever I make a determination as to how things could be or how things should be, there's the same lack of support that is probably at the core of everything that is wrong with this world today. There was a person here recently that I tried to stress to them how important it was that if you see someone committed to something, or if you see someone that's good at something, or if you see someone that has interest in something, that you try to promote that you try to advocate for that. Because if they get to the point where they don't feel like anybody gives a fuck, they start to not even care themselves. Pretty soon that painter will quit painting, and when that happens, we'll never have a Mona Lisa. Pretty soon that person will quit playing the piano, and when that happens, we'll never have a Beethoven. We'll never have a Moonlight Sonata. Pretty soon when that happens, someone will quit tinkering with cars. We'll never have a fucking Roush Edition Mustang. We'll never have a Mustang. Here I sit, alone in my four-corner room, staring at candles. Little Bushwick Bill reference. Mind playing tricks on me, in case some of you youngsters might not remember that or recall that. Now, there's some that would say that you're supposed to seek from within, and all of these emotions, these energies, these passions are supposed to be something that are self-fulfilling, that you are somehow supposed to not worry about anything else. You're supposed to, it's all in you and it's all you and blah fucking blah. But the fact of the matter is, you're a direct result of every bit of the stimuli that you've taken in your entire life. If someone has never had a good experience, then they have nothing to base a good experience on. If they have nothing to base a good experience on, how then can they either manifest a good experience or replicate one? They lack the knowledge that comes from that experience. There's nothing to base it on. Now, used to be a time that if a person wanted to, they could explore their mind. They could explore the deepest, darkest depths of their own mind and maybe come up with something. But we live in a world today where that behavior is discouraged. You're not allowed to do that. You've got we got a pill over here. We got a bottle of spirits over here. We got a football game over here. But exploring of one's own mind, yeah, we're gonna have to say big no can do on that one, huh? There's no place for people like me in a world that's in the direction this one's going. I like to do simple things, you know. I like to grow cannabis. I like to grow psychedelic mushrooms. I've always considered myself a shaman of a sort. I like the spiritual aspect. I would rather seek divinity than seek a nice big house and a car and a bunch of superficial shit that don't matter any fucking way. And every last aspect of my life has been consumed by the constant detriment of the fake people and fake situations that I'm put into. I don't know where to go with all of this. It's hard to have the knowledge I do. It really is. It's a curse. On one hand, I'd rather just come up with a way to kill every motherfucker. Just start killing and not stop. That I know would be other than completely evil. Where would it get the world going forward? I would have succumbed to the very evils that I've always stood against if I were to take that route. Another part of me, I thought, well, I could just disappear, maybe find a deserted island and make it no longer deserted. Live out the rest of my days away from everything. What good would that serve? Because not only would I suffer from the lack of interaction with my own species would suffer from its lack of interaction with me. You see, everything that we are is a result of every experience. And all of those shared experiences collectively form human consciousness. Meaning it takes an all hands on deck approach. We all have to be committed. So I can't leave, I can't stay. And then that has me in a precarious position, because then I think of it logically and I think, well, if I can't leave this world and I can't stay in this world, so I choose to fucking do what? Just keep on maintaining status quo? Well, that would be okay if it were not for the fact that status quo is not... It's my life is beyond miserable. It always has been since day one. I used to think that even though my life sucked, maybe I could use it to help others in their life. But as I age, I see now that that's not happening. People care more about what they're able to take advantage of me and get. They care more about that than what I give to them and what I would give to them. It's like a person comes over and I'm going to give them all my dope. I'm going to give them all my money. I'm going to give them all my food. And while I'm getting all that stuff ready, they're in my fucking garage stealing my tools. They're in my mom's room stealing my medical supplies. They're in my fucking yard breaking my flowers and kicking my fucking cats. I thought keeping well-documented records, written records, audio records, video records, I thought that might help. But the more I look at hard drives around me, the more disgusted I become. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to feel like I don't want to be here no more. It's physically, the pain that I'm in physically, it's hard to motivate to get out of a bed in a day anyway. It's that much harder when I have to do so knowing that my day is going to be just as shitty as it was the day prior. Even further complicated by the fact that nobody cares or ever has. I don't like knowing that any truths I stumble across along my path, people just, I don't matter enough to them for my presentation of said truths to mean anything. Anything that I freely offer is just used, abused, and discarded when it's no longer needed or sought. And the whole time the system continues to crush me, and nobody cares. I'd like to be able to be strong enough to find motivation from within, but